Hey Jerry, how are you, man?
Rob, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Great to join you. I always like to ask guys like yourself who did it better than anybody, put up incredible numbers about today's game because nowadays everybody's getting 1,000 yards and the numbers are astronomical. How do you feel about the way the NFL has changed and what could you be doing right now?
Yeah, I think it's just the evolution of the game. To be honest with you, it's the run pass option. We had more of the West Coast offense back in the day, and we would spread the field out just a little bit more. I'm not a big fan of the run pass option, because I just feel like everybody's so congested, so you don't have as many big plays opportunities. We used to catch like a 5 yard slant, and if you could, run with the ball, uh, if you could be elusive, you could go 95 yards. But the game done changed a lot. But the ball is in the air more now. You notice that? So
Mhm.
guys going to have more opportunities to put big numbers up. Also, I just got asked, I have been asked many times about the possibility of other receivers breaking my records and stuff like that. I feel like records are meant to be broken. And if you should do that, I'll be the first one to congratulate you. But yeah, they have more opportunities now.
The secondary guys, the defense can't play as tightly as they used to in the past. When you played, like there was a price to pay if you
Oh,
went across the middle, right? Who were some of those guys that you knew going into a game that I got to be aware of so and so because he could take my head off?
well, the linebackers, because you weren't free to just run across the middle. Those guys, they were going to take shots at you. So you had to be you had to elude those guys first, but still continue your route and focus in on catching the football. So I knew anytime I had to go across the middle that, guys, they were going to take shots at me. And now I feel like players are a little bit more protected, because of the safety of the game and stuff like that. But I also remember being on the outside where you had that tough bump and run and the physicality of that all the way downfield because it was a slugfest. I mean, you had to establish yourself on the football field, and it was gone. This guy might be tugging on you all the way downfield, but I look forward to that.
Who are some of the wideouts today that you enjoy watching? Guys that you say, man, they run really crisp routes and they know how to go get that football.
But Devontae Adams, De- DeAndre Hopkins, uh, Odell Beckham. Uh, Still, I love Debo Samuel what he's doing because he shows that he's not afraid to go across the middle, make those difficult catches, then try to look for someone to run over. And I used to always try to do the opposite. I used to try to run away
You were smart.
because I was not as big. But yeah, those guys, man, the evolution of the game is really bright right now with those playmakers.
Your work ethic, Jerry, was legendary. And I don't know too many guys who could really go out there and do what you did for as long as you did it. We see a guy now in Tom Brady, and his work ethic is legendary. What drove you? What made you want to continue to do what you were doing and you were able to do it at a high level for so long?
I think what drove me is that I just love playing football. I love entertaining, over 50,000 people. And I always felt like if you paid your money, I wanted you to walk out of that stadium with something special on that given day. So I never wanted to, uh, you know, not put forth the effort. And I think you're seeing that in Tom Brady. Tom Brady loves the game. He's one of those quarterbacks that's so smart. He's not going to hold on to the ball long. He can frustrate a defensive line because they can't get to him. He's going to, put the ball in the hands of his playmakers and stuff like that, make good decisions. And he still got that fire and that desire to want to win. And I wouldn't be surprised he get his eighth coming up, this year.
I know he hates the GOAT conversations. I know Joe Montana, I've talked to him about it. He hates those conversations. As a guy who is undoubtedly the GOAT, at wide receiver. How do you feel about those conversations when it relates to other sports? People want to go LeBron, Jordan, Will, and then the quarterback situation too. How do you feel about GOAT conversations?
Well, I sort of hate that too. I think it's okay for fans to say that, but I also know that, during this pandemic, there were other GOATs, frontline workers, doctors, and all that. So it could be an entrepreneur too. So, when it comes to, it sort of make me feel a little bit weird, and I have to pinch myself if someone say, you're the greatest of all time. But I think the thing is, anyone can be a GOAT, and maybe I shouldn't say anyone could be a GOAT, but say, during that pandemic, I was really impressed with the frontline workers, the doctors, and all of that. So anyone that's there to be great on a given day, that's what it's hoping.
Well, that's very well said, because you're right. Those guys out there doing that frontline work day in and day out, we look at you guys as entertainers and doing incredible things, but they're out there life or death situations. So I appreciate that about you. I got to ask you this about, you played for John Gruden, and we know what went down last week with him and the Las Vegas Raiders. What were your thoughts as that was happening?
I think I was shocked just like everyone else. And, I went across the bay to team up with this other legend, Tim Brown. And, man, we had so much fun together. And it was great wearing that silver and black. And I think it's one of those things exactly just like what the players did this past football game. They put it behind them. They focused in on what they had to do, and that was to win that football game. And I think they made a statement saying that, hey, look, it's up to us to go out there and play our best football, and also to win football games.
What do you think something like that says about the culture in the NFL? I know a lot of guys say that's something that's been consistent in common.
It goes against everything that we've been trying to change. So I'm not going to elaborate anymore on that. I just feel like that I had a great time across the bay with the silver and black, and I just want to just say that, man, playing with Tim Brown, wearing that uniform is something I'll never forget. And also playing for the San Francisco 49ers and to play for over 20 years of football. It's just something I'll never forget. And if I could play today, I would love to get back on that football field and continue playing the greatest game ever.
I don't doubt you, man. I see you in tremendous shape, riding the bike and doing everything you do. I bet you can go out there on some routes and catch 50 passes easily. But Jerry, tell me, what are you doing now with Quaker, and what exactly is the Quaker Good Call Challenge?
Well, the Good Call Challenge is, you can grab a canister or something like that, pick up that loose change. It could be a Quaker canister. You can go to the closest corn star or something like that, make a donation, and it's about feeding America. And Quaker, they're making a donation of $125,000 to feeding America. And I didn't know that 38 million people in America, man, they go hungry.
Wow,
that is crazy, and I just feel like it's something where everyone should have a healthy meal, and that no one should go hungry, and that's why I teamed up with Drew Brees, Jerome the Bus Bettis, and that's why we're part of this campaign.
Yeah, when you say that number, it's staggering, Jerry, because we think about people going hungry and we go, oh, maybe they're far away, third world country or somewhere else, but they're right here, right in America, man. And that's just incredible that that's happening. But people can learn more about the Quaker Good Call Challenge. They can go to Quaker's Instagram page or post on social using hashtag Quaker Good Call to encourage other people to participate in the challenge. Jerry Rice, the GOAT, I appreciate your time.
No, don't say that. You the GOAT, man.
See, now I'm going to record that and save it.
Hey, have a good one now.
Thank you, Jerry. Appreciate it.